Let's actually bring in Julia Manchester, national political reporter for The Hill. The CDC is saying it is about science, that the mask mandate is within its authority. Let's try to get to as many questions as possible because this is such a hot topic, Julia. So let's do lightning round. They're saying it's science. However, social distancing was also ruled science, but there's no way we are 6 feet apart on planes when we're sitting next to each other. So which science are they looking at?
I think they're looking at right now, what we've seen really a rise in cases lately. So I think this is the CDC and maybe even the Justice Department reacting to that rise in cases of this new Omicron variant. That being said, though, look, what airplanes in particular are interesting because when you're in the air, the air filtration is actually very good. Now, when you're on the runway before you get into the air, that's different. So we know that airplanes are slightly different from maybe trains or buses. But, it's definitely a good question to ask. And I think it really adds, Adrienne, to this confusion that a lot of Americans have over what is safe and what isn't right now, when to wear a mask or not to wear a mask. There's been a lot of mixed messaging.
Jen Psaki will inevitably be asked this about this during the press briefing today. What do you think she's going to be talking about?
I think she's going to be talking about, what the White House and Democrats have been saying for a while now, following the science. She may be pointing to recent rises in cases in cities like Washington, D.C., for example. I think you're also going to hear her potentially reiterate a point she made earlier this week when it comes to how Americans feel about these mask mandates. There are polling, including polls from NewsNation. Our recent NewsNation Decision Desk HQ poll showed that 65% of respondents said they would be in favor of some sort of a mask mandate if there were a new COVID-19 surge. That runs contrary to this narrative that we've been seeing on social media and in the news media of airline passengers cheering when flight attendants or pilots announced they could take off their masks. So we are hearing two very different stories from both sides of this debate. And I think you are going to hear the White House very much lean into that side that is more in favor of mask mandates right now.
Well, I think there are different people. There are people who will participate in polls, and then there are the people who are cheering on planes.
Yes.
And the crews are cheering just as loudly as any of the passengers that those masks are gone. One of the main complications with this is it's public health policy. Jen Psaki saying directly that this is public health policy. The court shouldn't be involved in this. But the actual mask mandates are being enforced by non-healthcare employees. So I think that caused a lot of frustration among Americans. Is this process that we've been in over the past couple of years sustainable?
I don't think it is sustainable. And, we can just go back a few months ago to Christmas 2021 when we saw that Omicron surge and we saw so much mixed messaging. There was a shortage of tests. There was a debate over whether to wear a regular mask or a KN95 mask. And then there was, of course, that debacle over whether to quarantine for 10 days or 7 to 5 days if you had been infected. And we saw so much mixed messaging from the CDC. And I think this has all led to confusion really among individual Americans, but also from these non-healthcare companies and, organizations that are trying to find their own way through this. I think right now everyone's trying to chart their individual path, but it's difficult when we're getting mixed messaging from leadership in the country.
Julia Manchester, thanks as always. Very good conversation. I hope it continues. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.